The Convergence Arena orbited the neutral moon of Tertius 7, a colossal structure built by 17 different species to settle disputes the civilized way through champion combat. For 3,000 cycles, warriors from across the galaxy had bled on its crystalline floors, and not once had a human set foot inside. Until today, Leilani stood in the preparation chamber, rolling her shoulders as she checked her gear one final time. The lightweight combat suit hugged her athletic frame, designed more for mobility than protection. Across the room, August leaned against the wall, arms crossed, his sharp blue eyes studying the holographic display of their opponent. Vexarian render class, he muttered. 10 feet tall, exoskeleton rated for small arms fire, claws that can shear through starship hull plating. He glanced at Leilani. The bookies are giving us 200 to 1 odds. She grinned, dark hair pulled back in a tight braid. So you're saying we'll make a fortune? I'm saying we're either very brave or very stupid. Why not both? The chamber door hissed open. A mechanical voice echoed through the corridor. Champions to the arena floor. They walked side by side through the tunnel, emerging into a space so vast it had its own weather system. Thousands of aliens filled the tiered seats, insectoid Klaxians chittering, gelatinous Kalori pulsing with bioluminescence, crystalline architects refracting the arena lights into rainbow cascades. The noise was deafening, a cacophony of sounds no human throat could produce. Then they saw the humans, and the arena went quiet. It wasn't respect. It was curiosity. Humans were the newest species to achieve faster-than-light travel, barely a century into their galactic debut. They were known for their bizarre resilience and alarming tendency to befriend species that should terrify them. But as warriors? Unproven, that on the opposite side of the arena, a gate groaned open. The Vexarian champion emerged, a nightmare of chitin and rage, its 4 arms ending in serrated claws, its mandibles clicking with anticipation. Render-class Vexarians were bred for one purpose: to destroy. The creature's name was Kha'Zix, and it had never lost a match. 37 beings had entered the arena against it. None had walked out. Combatants ready, the announcer's voice boomed. The terms, surrender, incapacitation, or death. Begin. Kha'Zix charged immediately, crossing half the arena in seconds. Leilani and August split, forcing it to choose. It chose Leilani. She didn't run. She waited, watching the way it moved, the slight favor of its left side. At the last possible moment, she dropped into a slide, passing between its legs as claws whistled through empty air above her. As she emerged behind it, she drew a blade. Not plasma, not monomolecular, just steel, and dragged it across the back of its knee joint. The cut was shallow. Precise. Kha'Zix roared, spinning faster than something that size should move. But August was already there, a shock baton crackling in his hands. He didn't try to match its strength. He redirected it, using its momentum to send it stumbling past him into the arena wall with a thunderous crash. Humans, Leilani called out conversationally, circling, have been hunting things bigger and meaner than us since before we discovered fire. Kha'Zix recovered, more cautious now. It had fought hundreds of battles, but always against opponents who matched its strength with strength. These humans moved like water, like wind, impossible to pin down. August feinted left. Leilani attacked right. They moved with a synchronization that seemed almost telepathic, the product of years fighting together. Each strike they landed was small, targeted. The inside of an elbow joint, behind the knee, the soft tissue where armor plates met. Death by 1,000 cuts. The Vexarian's movements grew sluggish. Purple blood dripped onto the crystalline floor. Its mandibles clicked in what might have been confusion. This wasn't how fights went. This wasn't honorable. Your render class was designed for overwhelming force, August said, dodging another swipe. Our species spent millennia as persistence hunters. We didn't chase down prey by being faster. We chased them by being relentless. Leilani landed another cut, this time across its secondary arm. We don't quit. It's kind of our thing. 20 minutes into the fight, Kha'Zix collapsed. Not dead, just unable to continue. Its body failing from cumulative trauma and blood loss. The arena was silent. Leilani stood over the fallen champion, blade in hand, barely winded. She looked up at the observation box where the Vexarian Hive Lord watched, its compound eyes reflecting the arena lights. Her voice carried in the stillness, amplified by the arena's acoustics. Should I return it alive or shredded? The words hung in the air like a physical thing. It was a human idiom, but the translation matrices made the meaning clear. The Vexarian hive lord's antennae quivered. Around the arena, beings who had never heard of humanity before this day suddenly understood something fundamental. Humans didn't just fight to win. They fought with a cold, calculated efficiency that came from being apex predators on a death world. And more terrifying still, they had mercy, but only when they chose to grant it. August stepped up beside Leilani, shock baton still crackling. "We're waiting," he said quietly. The Hive Lord rose from its seat. In the Vexarian culture, to show deference was to show weakness, but some moments transcended culture. It touched its primary claws together, a gesture of respect. "Alive," it clicked. "Return our champion alive." Leilani nodded, stepping back from Kazakhs. Medical drones swarmed onto the arena floor as they walked back toward the tunnel. The silence finally broke. It started with the Klaxians, their chittering building to a crescendo. Then the Kalori, pulsing in rapid sequences. Soon the entire arena was erupting, not just in applause, but in something approaching awe. 200 to 1, August said with a slight smile. "Not bad for a day's work." "We should come back next cycle," Leilani replied. "I bet the odds will be worse. Much worse." In the preparation chamber, as they stripped off their gear, August paused. "You know they'll start recruiting humans now. Every house, every faction will want human champions." Leilani examined a small cut on her forearm, already sealing itself with biofoam. "Good. Let them learn what we've always known." "What's that?" She met his eyes, and her smile was all teeth. "That humanity doesn't survive by being the strongest or the fastest. We survive by being the ones who refuse to stay down. By being the ones who ask our enemies if they want their champions returned in one piece." August laughed, a sound that echoed in the small chamber. Outside, the galaxy was beginning to understand what it meant when humans said, "Fuck yeah." And in the arena above, as maintenance crews cleaned purple blood from crystalline floors, the Convergence's ancient AI made a note in its records. Human baseline capabilities significantly exceed projections. Recommend immediate recalibration of threat assessments. The age of humanity in the galactic arena had begun.